G'day guys, here we are at DCS World, flying the Uh-1H Huey. Today what I'm doing is practicing the takeoff and the landing. So I actually think this is probably the hardest part of the game, along with something like out of ground effect hovering or something like that. The problem is that there's a huge difference between the control inputs for outside of effective translational lift, which is forward flight, and getting into it. There seems to be this massive barrier. So here I am going down the runway, getting up towards 20 or 30 knots, and you can see from the inputs that just trying to keep things online, not doing such a great job to begin with anyway, but it gets better. And this is my first practice, and it's just something that you've got to keep working at, is getting those controls effectively towards the centre. So back and left is for your outside the transitional lift, flying and in ground effect, and then you can see everything becomes much more centered once we've got the transitional lift going on, and we can start pushing that cyclic forward to get some forward flight. It was kind of all starting to make sense now after 2 or 3 days with the simulator. For example, when I increase the collective, the helicopter yaws, and you've got to increase the anti-torque input to counteract the torque from the collective increase. So I kind of realise what's happening, and it's just a matter of getting that muscle memory working. It's kind of, I mean, the difficulty now is feeling very similar to when I was learning the Black Shark, in that it doesn't make sense to begin with, and you crash, although I've yet to crash the Huey, and I've crashed the Black Shark many times learning that. But once you start getting that muscle memory, it's actually something which is doable. I know there's a lot of people that were complaining, so yeah, I'm just doing a quick, not quite a circuit, I'll do a 270 and bring it back to the helipad. Now I wanted to talk about something else as well, which is a different game, not DCS but X-Plane, and some people have asked me, hey, what's going on with X-Plane? I'm still flying it, but not the past couple of days because of DCS Huey. But Flight Simulator Economy in particular, which runs the economy over simulators like FSX and X-Plane, and what's going on there. But I've actually stopped playing Flight Simulator Economy, and the reason is because I'm part of an airline, and one community member in that particular airline, Strategic Airlines, has nicked off with all of our cash, our bases of operations, and I think our aircraft as well. So we've lodged a complaint. Obviously, the guy was a staff member. He wasn't part of OCB, my online community, and he was trusted as a staff member. And I think just yesterday or not long ago, he transferred everything we have into his own personal account out of the airline, totally without reason other than greed and theft. So that's the end of Flight Simulator Economy for me for a while, until the admins investigate, and I'm not going to name who it is obviously, but everyone's proven innocent until proven guilty, and hopefully he'll get banned. He's certainly banned from anything that we do at OCB from now on. But I imagine looking at the terms and conditions and the anti-trickery or wrongdoing, or all of the way that the terms of usage is written, it is pretty clear that this guy will be found guilty if we can see in the logs that it was indeed him that did it, and I'm pretty sure that's the case. So what I'm doing now is getting through the translational lift here, and you can see as you lose the fresh air and the lift provided by that translational flight, you yaw to the right. Now I didn't really counteract that, but I kind of wanted to yaw to the right. So if you're having difficulty getting back into kind of a hover or something like that, expect that you're to the right, and so just fly off to the left of where you want to go, and you'll make a nice turn to the right that you can slowly counteract. But otherwise you can see in the axes that once again back and left on the cyclic, and lots of left rudder for the anti-torque rotor. So what I'm planning to do here is practice landing, and my approach has never been very good. I've actually almost crashed it, almost, in the mission, in the campaign where you land in an LZ and you're coming into the smoke. From the Black Shark I'm pretty good at recovering from the rotor vortex, the ring state that you get into when you're descending too quickly. And take a look at my it's on the front panel, it's on the right hand side is my vertical speed. I'm trying to keep that at 100 feet per minute. Very, very, very slow descent to avoid that vortex ring state and crashing. If you do get into a vortex ring state, like you just start uncontrollably descending, pitch forward. I know it seems strange, but you need fresh air into the rotor to get out of that ring state and recover. And I did. I didn't actually record it, which is a shame because it would have been a good example of what to do. But you just pitch forward and don't slam the collective to 100%, otherwise you're just going to make the situation worse. You need fresh air in the rotors. So here I am, you know, trying to keep this aircraft in some sort of reasonable state of control, and that's my parking space right there, and I'm just making a practice and landing at a FARP, for example, where I near my parking space and I can see it and I have to bring the aircraft in directly over it, and we're pretty much there. So landed at Batumi again where I started off, and it's something that I'll continue to practice at, and hopefully you guys, if you're watching this, you have the Huey, and if you don't, definitely purchase it.